from Miranda's Kitchen. I am Miranda. So today we're gonna make a really cool Southern vegan board. So we're gonna make a cocktail featuring this, a crown roll and some iced tea. And we're also gonna make some fried oyster mushrooms, and then we're gonna do a quick stovetop collard green recipe. So let's get started. To make the cocktail, the first thing we're gonna do is add a shot of crown roll. Well, actually, the first thing we're gonna do is add our ice to our cup. Let's add our ice first. All right, you wanna fill the ice all the way up. I'm gonna add in my shot of crown. Then I'm gonna go in with some agave. Now I'm using agave. I'll still consume honey. So if you wanna use honey, go ahead and use honey. But agave or honey will work. Then I have some unsweetened tea here. I'm gonna fill that all the way up. Then I'm gonna top that with some lemon juice. And then I'm gonna stir that up. Ooh, that's real good. So this would be really good for like a family event or like Sunday dinner if you want to add a little extra to your tea. All right, guys, so since we're making fried mushrooms, we need to make the batter for the mushrooms. So I'm gonna double dip this first in dry flour, and then we're gonna make a wet batter. So to make the wet batter, I'm gonna add some flour. And then of course, we gotta add our seasoning to our flour. This is a spice blend that I made. The full recipe will be in the description box of what this is. I'm gonna add some of that to the other flour too. And now we're gonna add some non-dairy milk right to our wet batter. All right, guys, so now we're gonna do our quick, this is kind of a cheat way to make collard greens. So we're gonna do it on the stovetop, and it's gonna take about 30 minutes instead of 3 hours. So let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do, I already got my pan hot, so I'm gonna just add some oil to my pan. And this is avocado oil again. I like using avocado oil because it has like a higher heat tolerance than like olive oil or something. So it won't like smoke up too soon or like burn your vegetables too soon. So I like using avocado oil. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in the onions. This is about half of a white onion. Just add that in. And I also have some peppers right here. This is yellow and red pepper. Throw that in. So now I'm gonna add the garlic. All right, now I'm gonna add some vegan butter in there. To like loosen up everything that's at the bottom of the pan. All right, now that's in there, I'm gonna go ahead and add my collards. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and add the vegetable broth. I got everything in there now, so I'm gonna go ahead and add the vegetable broth. All right, so now we got everything in there. We got our collard greens in there, all our veggies, and the vegetable broth. So now we just need to cover it up and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. All right, guys, now that our greens are simmering and getting soft, we're gonna move on to our mushrooms. So the way I'm cooking these mushrooms, I got this method from Avant-Garde Vegan. If he ever sees this video, my life will be complete. But I got this method from him, the way we're gonna cook these mushrooms. So we are gonna fry them, but to get all the moisture out and to help with the texture to get it more meaty, we're actually gonna sear them off first. The first thing you need to do is get your cast iron skillet really hot. And then you're gonna add some oil. These are my favorite mushrooms. I got them from Whole Foods. These are blue oyster mushrooms. They're super meaty, especially when you cook them like this. It gets all the moisture out and they just get to this really meaty texture. All right, so now our pot is like smoking hot over here. All right, so I'm gonna just put our mushrooms right in there. The next thing you're gonna do is take a second cast iron skillet, and this is the method that I got from Avon Garden. So you're gonna take a second cast iron skillet and sit it right on top of the mushroom. Take another towel and push this down because your cast iron is gonna get hot. So our mushrooms are done cooking. They are super brown on both sides now, so I'm gonna go ahead and take them out of the pan. And if you haven't noticed, I did not season these yet, and that is because I didn't want any of the salt to like mess up the process of the water coming out. I don't know, y'all, it's science. I don't know how to explain that. But you can season these however you would like normally season chicken. All right, so now we're ready to fry our mushrooms. So they're cooled down a little bit, and I got my grease hot. My grease is at right around 350. So we're ready to go with that. So the first thing we're gonna do is dip our mushrooms. I'm gonna take the small one first, the little one. I'm gonna dip it in the flour, get that nice and coated. And since these are oyster mushrooms, you wanna make sure you get into like all the crevices so like everything gets nice and crispy. We're gonna get all that in there. And then we're gonna go into our wet batter. And then, like I said, the same way with the dry batter, you wanna make sure you get into all the crevices. Okay guys, so this is everything we made today. We started with our spiked iced tea, and we also have our greens here, our stovetop greens, and our fried mushrooms. I also made some vegan macaroni and cheese and cornbread. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.